Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your cleaning business to 6 figures and beyond. Wow. So we are getting closer and closer to winning government contracts when it comes to the best time of the year. We all know, or if we don't know, September is the busiest time to win government contracts. Now, there are people that win enough government contracts in the month of September to offset anything else. That means that they win enough, they don't have to worry about anything else until the next year. Now, if that sounds like you, no worries. But if you want to win a lot of contracts along the way, this works as well. So I'm going to tell you something. Only 60% of the contracts are actually available for you to go on any bidding site to find them. The other 40% is what I'm going to show you now. Okay, you ready? Let's go. So if you've been wondering, what do I need to do to win the micro purchases I've heard about, or the SAP, the ones that we call no bid? Well, this is Procurement Center Representative Directory. They are going to be a main source in being able to connect you with some of the key personnel, key players, specialists, contracting specialists, contracting officers, procurement buyers, whatever it is that you want to call them, the ones that really can get busy signing that contract. So let's look at who we need to deal with. So we all know, or if we don't, the SBA, Small Business Administration, is in charge of our contracting services, okay? They're the ones, this program is under that agency. So what do we need to do no bidding, but to know that 40% of the contracts that are hidden, that you have to know someone that knows someone in order to get there. So the first thing we know is we need to have our basic requirements. So we've already got those. If you're looking at this video, if you haven't gotten your basic requirements, make sure you look at some of my previous videos. So you've done all your basic requirements, which are your EIN, your LLC, which I love, limited liability companies, and next is registering in SAMs, and your DSBS profile. Those are what you need to get to this point. That's what I call module 1, pillar 1, which is what we need to do to meet our basic requirements. And now 2, we want to make sure that we're marketing. Just being registered in SAMs, if you think that's all it takes, then you are sadly mistaken. It takes so much more. Yes, it can really, really be worth it if you put the time and effort in. The second pillar that I like to break down is all about marketing to the government buyer. Now, if you are a facility services, that means you're doing disinfecting, sanitizing, cleaning, maid service, trash removal, security, landscaping, all of that, and of course, janitorial, then you are already knowing most of the time who is going to be or what is going to be your audience. I've gone over that. We talked about VA, we talked about Veteran Affairs, FEMA, all of that. Okay. Now we know all of that, but who do we need to connect with to get to that little secret spot, that secret 40% that you don't really hear a lot about, because a lot of people think that 100% of the bids are out there. Now I always like to let you know 3,000 to 25 or 3,000 to 250,000 has to be won by a small business like ours. Small business has to be. They have to. It's the law. Okay. Now, what do we need to do to connect with that 40% that's out there? So this is when we come to our Procurement Center Representative Directory. Now, there are a lot of ways, but this is one way that has worked personally for me and for my clients and my students. So if you are in Area 1, I'm sharing my screen, you should be able to see Area 1. Area 1 is Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Vermont, Rhode Island, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. Okay, if that falls under your category, you are Area 1 for the Procurement Center Representative Directory. And this is your director. This is one of the representatives in this area that can connect you to seeing how they can do it an introduction. Now, make sure you have your introduction ready, your elevator pitch. This is the pre-work before you get here. Get all that taken care of, because when you come here and this individual is ready to get it going, I don't want you to say, well, I've never heard of that. No. I want you to already know I've got my elevator pitch ready, check. I've got my introduction letter ready. I've got my capability statement ready. All of those need to be ready and in place in order to start doing the marketing when you're looking here, because they're looking to do the connections. So you've got Connecticut. I'm going to hold the screen for a minute so you can see. What I would suggest you do is that you email. You can take down the address and the phone number, but I would do the email first. That is the number one way. I was in the military, and that's the number one way, and I work for the government. That's the number one way that they like for you to reach out. They love for you to reach out via email. So this is the email address if you are in Connecticut area 1. And if you are in Maine, then we've got that email address, Miss Susan. So write all that down, screenshot it, however you want to do it. Massachusetts, same person. Sometimes the same procurement representative covers different states. So that Massachusetts, same person. Susan, same person. New Hampshire, you've got the same person, Susan. Jersey, you have a Michael, a different person in Jersey. And you have Isaac. And you have Miss Rodriguez. New York, you have Isaac again. And like I said, you're taking down, doing a slow move so you can get their emails. Also, you can go to that particular website, which is sma.gov, Federal Contracting Counseling Help Procurement Center Representative Directory. So take a snapshot of that as well. Rhode Island, and then we're going to go to Vermont. We have that for Vermont. Susan, same person. Virgin Islands is going to be Miss Rodriguez. And now we are going into Area 2. Area 2 is going to cover DC, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia. Once again, why does this matter? Because these are the ones that can connect you to the contracting officers. When you build that relationship, this is where they have bids that never, ever, ever get posted. They're never posting them. They're holding them tight because they're wanting to give them to someone, and they can do that. They can give it between $3,000, $250,000. They can give it to who they feel, what company they feel is going to be a good fit with the likelihood of completing the contract successfully. That means if it's a 3 to 5 year contract, it automatically renews. Why? Because you're doing a great job and you're getting a great report. Every prime contractor and sub that deals with the government gets a report card every month or every quarter, but they're reporting on your work. Yes, very, very important. So they're wanting to make sure if you're doing an outstanding job for year number 1 and you have a contract up until 5, they want to make sure you're doing a good job, then that's what they're going to do. So now if you're in Area 2, District of Columbia, that's my area. That's Michael, and he is the procurement center representative for there. And then if you are, so jot down Michael's email address, and Miss Tammy as well is there. And then we're going to continue on. So they have several for DC. If there's 3 or 4 that are showing up in your area, you can reach out to all of them via email. I would suggest no phone calls. And if you want to send that introduction letter where you're putting it in the mail, snail mail, as we say, that's fine. But I would not. I've spoken to them. They do not like phone calls. They want that email. Okay. Now let's continue on. If you are in the, let's see, Delaware area, that's for Delaware. It's Christine. That's her email address. And you see Dover, Maryland, Michael, the same gentleman that's in the DC, and Joshua. And then we have for, let's see, let's continue on, Pennsylvania, Michael, same gentleman, and Christine. And then we have for Virginia, Michael's the same person. And there's some other individuals, like I said, you can choose which one you want. And that is going to cover for West Virginia, Michael as well. And then there's Tamala Lewis. Area 3, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee. So you're going to look in Area 3. You're coming to look on this sma.gov, Federal Contracting Counseling Help Procurement Center Representative Directory. You're going to look under Alabama, write who the person is down. That's your area 3, Florida. Area 3. And you're going to continue on, Georgia. And vacant is going to be the one that's in Savannah, Georgia. So you're going to look under Georgia and you're going to use the one that's ahead that. So if you see a vacant in your state, then anyone in that area, any of the other states in your area, if you're in area 3 and there's a vacancy in your, then go to area, another state at area 3. There's about 6 of them, as you can tell, in each one. Okay, Mississippi and Kentucky, just what I said, vacant. So what are you going to do? You're going to scroll up and you're going to go to the one that is ahead of you, which is in Georgia. Write that introduction letter. Now, if you don't know what the introduction letter is, then please reach out to me at 407-986-8228. Basically what it is, it's a letter introducing you, your company, and why should I choose you, that differentiator, which is what slams the case on anything. If you have a compelling differentiator that makes you stand out, which is what we work with all the time when I talk about making sure you stand out, that is what's going to make them say, oh my goodness, I have got to go into their SAMs. I then have to look at their DSPS profile. I'm then going to their website, and then I am looking at their case statement. That's the order they're normally looking at. So make sure you have all of that lined up. And like I said, if you need any assistance doing this, please reach out to us at 407-986-8228, 407-986-8228. North Carolina and Tennessee, Ms. K. Now we're in area 4, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, what's that? MS, Missouri, Nebraska, Ohio, and Wisconsin. So Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, Ohio, and Wisconsin. That is area 4. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. So we've got all of that. Continue on. And we're coming up to our last one, which is going to be area 5. And you guys are going to do fantastic writing these introduction letters. You're going to have your website ready. You are ready. Like I said, time is a ticking. September, what do we end? We've got like maybe 4 months before then. So get it together so we can get that money. Okay. Now our last area is going to be area number 5. And area number 5 is Arkansas, Colorado, Louisiana, Montana, New Mexico, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, and Wyoming. Whew, okay. We've gone through all 5 areas. Get those introduction letters, who you are, your company, and why these people should care. If it's done correctly, they will start connecting you, asking you to do capability briefings. What's that? That's that PowerPoint briefing that you should already have together. That is a written briefing talking about what you can do. I know it sounds like a lot of pieces. So if you want to learn more, guess what you can do? Come to my masterclass workshop where you are actually bringing pen and paper, getting it down, getting it together. So that way we can make sure that you're doing all the things that you need to do and in the time frames that you need to do them in. Make sure that you reach out to these contracting officers. Once you've had the introduction, follow up is key. And like I said, if you want to learn more and you have the time and everything that you need in that time frame, then make sure that you sign up and register for my free masterclass workshop. I call it a workshop because I'm putting you to work. That's right. You're going to take some pen and paper. You're writing down all of what I just gave you. We cover so much more. They change almost every week as I get new information. As you can see, government changes so quickly. I share it with you. If you'd love to be there, space is limited. I keep you no more than about 45 minutes. I promise no more than an hour, unless you have questions. And then I let everyone else go and keep you there and we can answer your questions and, like I say, hash it out. But on the serious tip, September is around the corner. That time is really, really, really important. You could win your first contract or one of many. So get it together so we can get busy. Okay. Love to see you at the free workshop. It's tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. Make sure you click in the description and sign up. And until next time, be safe and take care. Bye-bye.